Namaskar. Welcome to the chapter number 3, Studies with Example Charts. In the chapter number 1, we studied the fundamentals, and chapter number 2, we studied the analysis methodology. With these two chapters, we have completed the theory portion. Now it is time to learn through the example charts how to apply this theory portion, analysis methodology, and whatever the steps, whatever the rules we discussed, how to implement, how to apply and study in the case studies on many life events. In this chapter number 3, I'll be discussing on many life events with more case studies for your better understanding on the application and also studying the chart for the timing of event and also predictions on the Dasabhukti Antra. The first event we are going to discuss now, it is health and longevity. Within this event, we'll be having many case studies with the different types of diseases and death on all these things related to health and longevity. The first one, what we are going to discuss in this video is general points and rules for health and longevity. So before going to the example charts, we have to learn these fundamentals and let us proceed to the example charts in the next video. Health and longevity, general points to keep in mind. The rules to find the health condition of the body. First, we are going to discuss about the health, then we'll be discussing on the longevity. The rules to find the health condition of the body. What are the houses we have to check to know the destiny on the health condition? First house and sixth house. Normally, we have to check the rulers of the first house and also sixth house. It means cuspal lordship, cuspal star lordship, and cuspal sub-lordship. Similarly, sixth house. But importantly, we have to study this cuspal star lord and cuspal sub-lord because cuspal lord is the source and cuspal sub-lord is the deciding factor. Out of this, most important thing is cuspal sub-lord. If both cuspal lord and cuspal sub-lord are all unfavorable, the destiny level is going to be more unfavorable. I hope you are able to understand. First one, first cuspal lord and first cuspal sub-lord. Importantly, first cuspal sub-lord. The native's health condition is weak and is liable to face health issues if in what are the conditions, the health condition is indicating weakness and also liable to face health issues. First one, if it signifies sixth house and other unfavorable houses to health by the star lord, and of course supported by the sublord. It means Lagna has to connect or has to signify sixth house through the star lord, and also along with that other unfavorable houses to the health. Or second point, if it signifies sixth house strongly in its self-signification itself, suppose Lagna Lord or Lagna Sublord, or that itself is connected to the sixth house. Lagna Sublord or Lagna Lord may be occupying the sixth house, or that itself can be sixth Lord. So it means what? That Lagna in its self-signification itself is having sixth house in self-signification and other unfavorable houses by the star lord. So in first condition, Lagna through the star level, it can have the sixth house and other unfavorable houses, or Lagna itself can have the sixth house and through the star lord, it will be having the unfavorable houses. In either of this condition, it is indicating the weakness of the Lagna. It is prone to get health issues. But if The fifth house unfavorable houses to Lagna are also present. The unfavorable strength will be less. That you have to keep it in mind. The unfavorable houses to health are grouping of 1, 6, 8, 12, 4, and 10, and also Badaka house. Does not mean that all the houses has to be, they have to play. But more and more grouping are present, they are indicating the intensity and the seriousness of the health issues. When the Lagna Kaspal sublord is signifying as above, the destiny of the health becomes weaker, and the intensity of the disease or weakness to health has to be studied from the sixth cusp. When Lagna is connected to sixth house, or Lagna is signifying weakness to the health, then only we have to check the intensity of the disease through the sixth house. If Lagna is not connected to the sixth house, if you study the sixth house, then that is not connected to the health. That we have to keep it in mind. Lagna should be liable to face health issues. Lagna should have weak body. Then only that through the sixth house, we can understand the seriousness of the health issues. Same way for Lagna, sixth Kaspal Lord and sixth Kaspal Sublord, especially sixth Kaspal Sublord, we have to study. If it signifies eighth house, it indicates the health is destined to become weaker, or the disease or ailment will further progress, as eighth house is third house to the sixth house. And eighth house is trouble giver to the Lagna. It can cause threat to the life as well. It means Lagna is connected to sixth house and sixth house is connected to eighth house. It indicates the intensity of the sixth house, the disease is increased. Please understand, I'm talking about eighth house, does not mean that eight alone. Along with that, other unfavorable houses also playing, then only it will become weaker. So when 6 is connected to 8th house, it is indicating the intensity of the disease is going to be increased. It is going to give trouble to the Lagna. Based on the role of favorable 3, 5, 9, 11 houses, please exclude the Badaka houses. The unfavorable impact will be present. Along with that, favorable houses to the Lagna also present, then intensity of the trouble is going to be reduced. Along with that, trouble-giving houses to the Lagna also present, and Maraga Badaka houses also joining, and they're going to give threat to the life. That you have to keep it in mind. Along with the 8th house, the role of Badaka, Lagna, 12, 4, 10th houses also present. They further aggravate the body condition or the disease. If Maraga houses 2, 7, and 12 are also present in the star and sublord, this indicates weak longevity on the account of severe health issues which can lead to death. I'm talking about if 6th house connected to the Lagna connected to 6th house, 6 is connected to the 8th house, and also Maraga Badaka houses, Lagna, 12, 4, and 2 and 7, if they're all connected. Along with that, 8th house, the unfavorable houses, and Badaka Lord, they will aggravate the body conditions, and that can lead to threat to the life. And if Maraga houses are also playing role in the star level and sub-level, they indicate the weak longevity on the account of severe health issues, which can lead to death also. If 4, 8, 12 houses are strongly playing role, 4, 8, 12, the 6th Kaspal sublord is connected. Lagna also can be considered. Connected to 4, 8, 12 signification strongly, it indicates that some defects in the body. That can lead to improper functions of the body, defects in the body. 4, 8, 12 significations by the sixth house. The native will experience the health issues and complications according to the dasa periods. That we have to keep it in mind, because when the native is going to experience such health issues, the destiny signifying so when the native is going to experience during the supportive dasa bhukti periods, until that dasa is running, that native will have some weakness in the body and some health issues, but not to the aggravated level that cannot lead to threat also. But it can lead to threat, or that health condition may be further increased that intensity of the disease can be increased only during that supportive dasa periods. I hope you are able to understand this. So we have studied how to study the destiny of the health. Now we have to know some points to remember. What are the points we have to remember while studying the destiny and health prospects? A planet is having 1, 6, 8, 12 house grouping along with the Badhaga and its levels, that is star lord and sublord, that levels. The planet's health condition signification become worst. According to the house grouping, the level of impact will vary. 1, 6, 8, 12, and 4. The sixth house alone does not indicate health issues. We have to keep this in mind. Lagna connected sixth house indicates health imbalance, but without the influence of the eighth house, third house to the sixth house, or 12th house, seventh house to the sixth house, the health condition will not be worsened. So, just with the sixth house or just with the eighth house, we cannot decide anything. Only the grouping of houses, when it is present, then only we have to we have to keep it in mind. These are all aggravating. They are all forming. Grouping of unfavorable houses can lead to trouble. The 12th house is maintaining the disease sixth house, because it is seventh house to the sixth house. So it is indicating it is going to maintain, because 12th house is unfavorable house to the lagna, because it is the self-undoing house to the lagna. It will cause chronic or prolonged health ailment also. When 6, 1, 6, and 12, they are all present, indicating chronic health issues. That there will be always some health issues prevailing. If along with that 8th is connected, it can lead to serious health issues and chronic also. Similarly, Badhaga Lord alone will not be unfavorable, provided it is connected to 1, 6, 8, 12 houses, and of course Lagna also. Badhaga can give trouble to the Lagna when that Lagna also connected to this unfavorable. Lagna should become weaker. Then only Badhaga Lord will become active. So Badhaga Lord, when it is connected to the unfavorable houses to the Lagna, then only it can give the Badhaga aspects to the Lagna. 7th point. The native will experience the health issues during the supportive dasa bhukti periods. If the dasa at the time of birth is signifying such issues, the child will have such health disorder from the birth itself. Role of Saturn indicates chronic or long-lasting, and Mars indicates acute, sudden, and more painful health issues or health disorder. Along with the 8th house, if 5th house and 11th house and Mars are playing role, it indicates the surgery for recovery. The success after the surgery is based on the level of favorable signification and intensity of the unfavorable significations. It means what? 8th house connected with the 5th house, 11th house, and Lagna also playing, and also Badhaga Lord also role is also required for doing surgery. The purpose of surgery is for the treatment. That can be successful or not successful. That is all based on the favorable significations of the periods and also the, favorable signification and intensity of the unfavorable significations. Based on that only we have to identify the prognosis of that surgery. Important note we have to keep in mind. Only if Lagna Kaspal Sublord is promising weakness to health with the 6th house and other unfavorable houses, the 6th Kaspal Sublord unfavorable houses of 8 and 12 houses and other unfavorable also indicate severity of the illness. If 6th house is connected to, for example, 8th house, 4th house, 12th house, and that is unfavorable houses to the 6th house, if they are all joining hands, does not mean that it is indicating health issues. Only if Kaspal Sublord of Lagna, if it is connected to 6th house, as I discussed already, if this is signifying these houses, if it is not signifying like this, does not indicate that it is the problem Lagna is going to face not on account of health issues. Only if Lagna is connected to the 6th house and promising weakness, the 6th Kaspal Sublord unfavorable grouping of houses indicates severity of the illness. I think you are able to understand. If the Lagna is not promising like this, if the 6th Kaspal Sublord is signifying unfavorable houses of 8, 1, 4, 12. 8, 4, 12, I said Lagna also connected. It indicates some trouble to the Lagna on account of some other matters connected to the 6th house. What are the other 6th house matters? Job, loan, marital issues, misunderstanding, disputes, and not on the health. Because Lagna is not connected to 6th house. Lagna is not indicating any weakness to the health. Then 6 it is connected. 6th sublord is promising such signification. The grouping of these houses, it indicates Lagna will face trouble on account of the other house matters related to the 6th house. If Lagna also playing role, the intensity or impact is going to be more. I think you are able to understand this important note on the health. Next, the type of disease is to be studied by the combined result of 6th rulers. It is not so easy to find the type of disease just with the 6th sublord or 6th lord or the planets which are all ruling. All the cases, it is not so easy, but some cases will be easier. Some cases, it will be, it needs more attention also. Detailed studies may be required. The thing is, the type of disease is to be studied through the 6th rulers, and of course, Lagna rulers also have to be studied. The Karagatva of the houses, planets, and signs signified by the 6th ruler, 6th lord, 6th star lord, and 6th sublord, and their star lord will combinedly help in identifying the type of diseases and parts of body affected. 6th Kaspal lord, 6th Kaspal star lord, and 6th Kaspal sublord, which are the planets, which degree it is falling in the zodiac. The 6th house ruled by which planet? Their Karagatva, and their signification in through their self-signification and their star lord significations. These two will combinedly indicate the type of diseases. Not just with the CSL. CL importantly, and CSL and their star lord and Rasi involved and houses they signified, they will combinedly help in identifying the type of diseases and parts of body affected. Houses, planets, and signs involved into that, we have to keep it in mind. And also the planets that are occupying the first or sixth house, and also those planets influencing these rulers by conjunction aspect also do have some impact on the type of disease and also the intensity of the disease. Not only the rulers, the planets which are all conjoined with this or aspecting these planets, they will also have some impact. This impact, of course, is based on their significations. A planet can be conjoined with 1/6 cuspal sublord. If the conjoined planet is also unfavorable with its significations to the health and also passing its support to that particular planet, the Karagatva of the planet also to be considered in giving its influence. I hope you are able to follow. The first cuspal rulers also can indicate the type of disease sometimes. In some charts, Lagna rulers itself indicate what Lagna is going to face, what sort of health issues it can experience also it will indicate. And sixth rulers also can indicate. I hope you are able to follow. Please understand, you can find the list of possible type of diseases based on the combinations of first or sixth cuspal ruler, especially sixth ruler, in the study material I have provided. It means along with this video course, I will be providing some study materials in which I will be giving that chapter number 1 and chapter number 2, their theory portions, important points or abstract of the theory portion, whatever we discussed, I will be providing in the study materials. Along with that, I will be providing some more materials related to health, the diseases and professions and other important other points wherein we'll have a combination of the sixth rulers, what are the type of diseases we can expect through the combination of these rulers also will be provided, and also the profession also I have given in the study material. You can go through that. But this is given based on the Karagatva combination of Rasi, Star Lord, and Sublord planets only. Only the Karagatva of the planets, not on the houses involved. So based on the houses they involved, we have to combine the Graha Karagatva, Baba Karagatva, and Rasi Karagatva. Combinedly, we have to study it. But such combination will give some sort of logical information for you to understand. So moreover, as I normally say that more and more you study on many, study materials or books and astrology in Vedic system, our Nadi system, and they have provided a lot of combinations of the planets and their output, what sort of combined effect they can give on the diseases and professions also. We can go through that because they are all going to be the common one for all sort of systems. In EPS system, the important thing is that how to study the chart and how to study a planet in a proper way and in detailed analysis, so that we can get that proper destiny and also predictions and for the DBA predictions and the timing of event, that will be more useful in EPS system. But whatever the other knowledge is, what you can get enriched through going through that other books and all are going to add value to that you have to keep it in mind. You see, the study material, whatever it provided, this is just for an idea, and we cannot expect the disease in the direct combination as given always. We know that always there will not be any direct combination, even in the in the timing of event and prediction, the theory we discussed also. We cannot expect the direct combinations as well. There can be indirect also, that we will discuss in the case studies. It can be possible through the star and sublord also, or through the supports also. We have to keep it in mind. Based on their house signification, the promise and effect of the health ailment will be present. What I'm saying, if I am giving the study material, sixth ruler is ruled by, say, Sun, Ketu, and Venus. So based on the sixth cusp is falling in that particular cusp, that degree in the zodiac, so what sort of disease can be expected based on the Rasi and Nakshatra and a sublord ruled by the sixth cusp? That possible combination can be given. But those planets should also signify unfavorable houses to the death, to the health. Then only we can expect that disease, the possible disease combination will be applicable. That we have to keep it in mind. Another one, those rulers not directly can signify, their star lord also can signify those combinations. That we have to keep it in mind. And based on their house signification and promise of that Lagna and sixth house, the effect of health ailment will be present. It means what? The materials, whatever provided, is just only for your understanding, and do not, follow that rulers. If this combination is present, this is going to give disease. No, the destiny has to signify, and that houses, the planet which are ruling that sixth house also should support for such diseases, such unfavorable signification to the health. Then only they will indicate. I hope you are able to understand this point. Now we are going to discuss about the longevity and mode of death. The houses to be checked or analyzed is first house and eighth house. As I said, normally, though we have to give importance to the sublord of these houses, studying the cuspal lord and cuspal sublord will be more favorable to get the correct destiny. Though the rules given for cuspal sublord of first and eighth cusp, when both CL and CSL are weak, the longevity is weaker. Weak destiny. If the Lagna cuspal sublord and eighth cuspal sublord are signifying 6, 8, 12, and of course 4 also can be joined hand. 6, 8, 12 and 2, 7 houses grouping along with the Badaga house, it indicates weak destiny. Good longevity. In the absence of the grouping of above houses, the unfavorable, 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, 4th house, Maraga, Badaga houses, if the Lagna sublord or 8th sublord are not strongly signifying these unfavorable grouping of houses, please understand, Lagna or 8th cuspal sublord can have any of these houses. Definitely, they will indicate some sort of trouble, but without the grouping of such houses, only presence of 1 or 2 houses, they are not going to make the destiny is weaker. You have to keep it in mind. In the absence of grouping of above houses, it generally favors for longevity. If 1, 3, 5, 9, 11 houses are also signified, except the Badaga houses. For 9th house and 11th house will be Badaga house to the Sthira and Chara Lagna respectively. So, except these Badaga houses, and if the favorable houses, the 1, 3, 5, 9, 11 grouping are present, they indicate health, longevity, good longevity and natural death. Good longevity means absence of the unfavorable indicates favor for the longevity. If the favorable grouping are present, they indicate good longevity and natural death. Anybody, because everybody is going to die one day. On what purpose, on what mode they are going to die, that is important. They are going to be natural or unnatural. Unnatural in the sense, something not natural. But by unnatural means what? By way of, I'm saying this grouping unfavorable weak longevity, that can be on account of disease or on account of self-destruction, that is suicide or accident. So the death can be by any mode. If these houses are present, it indicates weak longevity. Moderate longevity. If mixed significations are present, both favorable and unfavorable, both are present for the Lagna and longevity, based on the grouping, the longevity is indicated. it can be average longevity or long longevity. Based on the grouping of houses, we can consider that. Now let us discuss few points on the death, on mode of death. Death due to disease. If 1, 8, and 6th cuspal sublord as discussed under health are signifying the grouping of 1, 6, 8, 12, 2, 7, and Badaga houses, death will be due to disease during supportive Dasa Buddhi periods. We discussed in the previous one under health, Lagna, if it is connected to 6,000 and other unfavorable houses, along with that, it is also connecting to Maraga Badaga houses. And the 6th house also connected to 8th house and unfavorable grouping and Maraga Badaga houses. It indicates Lagna is weak and the 6th house, that disease is aggravated, can lead to death. Right? So that way we can identify. And in that case, if 8th cuspal sublord is also connecting to these houses, signifying it is indicating weak longevity and mode of death is on account of the disease. That will happen during the supportive Dasa Buddhi periods for the death. Next one is suicidal death. That is also coming under weak destiny. But here, when suicide means Lagna is going to involve into that. And afflicted moon is also important. Because when Lagna is involved in the death, Lagna is going to give trouble to the Lagna itself on its own. So definitely Lagna should get connected to the 8th house and also 6th house and 12th house and 3rd house also, because that 3rd house means what? It is a decision making and thought process. They are all afflicted connecting to this. Lagna will get the mentality to go for such suicidal tendency, and importantly the moon also should get afflicted and should signify this. So along with the 1st and 8th cuspal sublord, what we discussed above, if afflicted moon is also signifying grouping of 1, 3, 6, 8, 12 houses, Badaga and Maraga houses, and of course role of Saturn and Rahu, they are all death causing planets. They are also giving their role. They indicate suicidal tendency and could lead to death due to suicide during the supportive Dasa Buddhi periods. Death due to accident. Along with the above houses, if the 4th house is also strongly connected, 4th house is indicating the vehicle. So if it is also strongly connected along with the role of Saturn, Rahu, and Venus, because Saturn and Rahu are death-causing planets, and Venus is Karaka planet for the vehicle. So it indicates that because of these combinations, it indicates that death on account of the accidents. Suppose the 4th cuspal sublord also connected to these unfavorable houses, and Lagna also connected to that, Lagna sublord also indicating that. It indicates that through the 4th house matter, through the, what do you call, the vehicles and all, Lagna will experience death. It is going to experience struggles, accidents. If it is connected to Badaga, Maraga houses, then only it can lead to death. Just 4th house connected to 8th house or 12th house, all indicating, and 6th house, Lagna will face injury and troubles to the health and troubles to the body by way of accident. Only in case of the Maraga Badaga houses also joining hand and favorable houses to the Lagna are not strongly connected, that can lead to accidents ending up with death. Note the threat to the life is executed only during the supportive Dasa Buddhi periods. That we have to keep it in mind. So we are studying the destiny. Destiny signifying, yes, is liable to face health issues, liable to, that can lead to death on account of health issues, or he is liable to face accident. So, it means what? He can meet with an accident, that can lead to death also. Those things and all we can identify. But based on the Dasa Bhuktī periods only, that native will experience such impact. Till that time, that native will face problem, can experience problem during the supportive Bhuktī and Antara, but importantly, the Dasa Lord has to support for that. Dasa Lord should indicate, yes, I am ready to give those things. Then only in the supportive Bhuktī and Antara, those things will be experienced by the native strongly. That you have to keep it in mind. I think you are able to understand this one. And so now we have completed the that important points and rules in finding that destiny of the health and longevity and all. In the subsequent videos, I will be explaining with different case studies on health and longevity. Thank you.